70, my husband went to work for many different health and nutrition companies.
We found ourselves being called into this industry at a time when the industry was in its infancy.
And so our children were growing up in this industry, and they learned themselves many things.
Our first employees were Gordon and Joseph. They were just young bucks. We hand-built some shelving in the basement, and they ran around on skateboards, for goodness sakes.
I decided that I want to have my own health food store.
It wasn't popular at the time to actually feature botanicals or herbs or vitamins or minerals. I mean, this was so foreign to people throughout the world. And yet Joe was brought up in that environment.
Working there with our children, they were helping me, and especially Joseph was giving out more products than what he was selling. But our clients love him.
Meanwhile, our children were becoming involved with the health and nutrition industry themselves and network marketing.
So what very few people know is that my brother Joe speaks French, and because of that, he was working for the same direct sales company I was working for in the international division.
His energy was always something that enticed me. I could always feel that this was going to be a man that was going to go places in this industry.
Joe's asked to go and fill in temporarily in Malaysia, ends up becoming the temporary general manager for that company's Malaysian division.
And so when he was in Malaysia, bam, that's when it all happened.
I said to my dad, you know, it's getting tough. This is really tough over here. I just want to quit. I want to come home. And my dad says, Joe, you're a leader. You do not quit. People are depending on you. Step up and lead. It's not what I wanted to hear, but it's what I needed to hear.
And so while he's over there, he's exposed to an entirely different world from what we were brought up in Canada.
Lots of botanicals I'd never seen before, but there was two, and it was the story that went hand in hand. They would say when you eat durian, which is called the king of fruit, it makes you heaty. And then afterwards, they would say you eat mangosteen. It's the queen of fruit. It cools your body down. And I thought that was very intriguing. So what is it about this mangosteen? What is it about this queen of fruit that brings your body into balance is what caused me to start asking these questions. I found out so much folklore on mangosteen. As time went on, finding out more and more about how it's a part of all these traditional medicines of Southeast Asia, including India, is a part of Ayurvedic medicine in India, part of Chinese traditional medicine, part of Thai traditional medicine, Malay traditional medicine, all throughout Southeast Asia, using it in the same manner. It was so exciting. So I instantly started talking to Gord, I started talking to Aaron, started talking to my parents, telling them, hey, I think there's something powerful over here, this thing called mangosteen.
Joe has been described as a visionary. He sees the end result of what certain labors can produce. In the case of Zango, he said, gentlemen, I think this botanical could make a great commercial product, and we could build a great company.
Joe knew enough to know from his past that this mangosteen had never been brought to market. And he knew enough to know that there was a way to get it done.
There wasn't one particular moment where we all woke up one day and Joe and Aaron and I called each other and said, okay, today we start a network marketing company.
In the beginning, we had to establish that this is a product that's going to work. We all knew it would work. The folklore said it would work. The science said it would work.
The mangosteen fruit, you couldn't ask for a better botanical. It's the keystone of our company.
I was the guy coming from Malaysia saying, hey, look, there's this botanical. Let's start this. And knowing that we had all quit our jobs, it was a lot of pressure, you know, and a lot of pressure going on in the group. And so, yeah, we all felt it in our own ways.
Having had an experience in the network marketing, my first impression when they were talking was, no thanks, I've had my experience in that.
The first time that he talked to me, he didn't share much. But what little I did get from him, I couldn't wait to be able to open it up for the full picture.
And then they started to share with me about the science, what it was about, why, how it helped the natural body do what it was supposed to do. It was phenomenal.
We were the first in the history of networking, the very first company to bring mangosteen to market.
I'd never seen that. It quickly gave me the impression that we could be greater than we ever anticipated.
We created the category. No one else can lay claim to that in the history of the world.
So at our very first Christmas party, I stood up in front of the company as chairman and CEO, and I said, "What you see now will never happen again. We are about to make history."
We wanted to create a company that would lead, that would treat distributors differently, that would treat its employees differently, that would create a culture that was unrivaled in the history of networking.
We put everything on the line for this to start.
Zango's very first office actually only lasted about 6 weeks because it was small. It was only about a 2,000 square foot office condominium.
When we first started, one of the smallest offices was Joe's office.
You could tell this team of experts had done this many, many times for other companies, but there was something different. This time they were doing it for themselves.
We've come a long way. I'm sitting at a complex of 30 acres and 300,000 square feet of space devoted to the growth of this organization.
If a person says it's not quite possible, I love to hear that. I love to hear it's not possible because I'll tell you, no, it's absolutely possible. When I think about the future, I think the possibilities are endless. With a product that's completely seamless like Zango, with a compensation plan that's completely seamless like Zango's compensation plan, with the amount of growth that we still have to cover from new market entries, and to the very fact that growth comes through leaders. And if network marketing is done right, and I believe that Zango is about as right as it can be, then the opportunity is never over.
Every day we wake up with new ideas, with greater vision, getting better people into the organization, both from a distributor standpoint and an employee standpoint, to help realize our goals and dreams, to make this the premier network marketing company in all the world. So as we run into other markets and launch new products, you will see more than just the juice. But remember, Zango started first as an idea, a culture, a brand.
We don't just launch new products, we launch categories. That's how we look at it. What we're bringing to market also is something that we're passionate about, that we love. We use these products. We're going to make sure that these ingredients are the best quality possible on the market.
And so it only made sense when we discovered the power of the xanthones, the power of mangosteen when applied topically, that we would bring it to market in a category-creating product, and that product would be Glimpse.
When we heard about the folklore, when we were studying up the mangosteen, all these cultures had figured it out. We were going to be that first to bring the story of mangosteen, the goodness of xanthones to the skin, and we did that in the form of Glimpse.
Most people walking around, they've learned a little bit about supplementation over their lives, and exercise, I think everybody knows, is key and important. And for most people, they've never been taught how to eat cleanly, how to eat properly.
So, wife of AO, you have all of the elements from the supplementation to the food to the exercise that bring it all together, that take your choices and it tells you where you need to start and where you need to end. It's that simple.
There's a recommended daily intake that the body needs of vitamins and minerals. And so for adults, we have the 365 packets. Very convenient way to take your daily intake of vitamins and minerals that you need. And we also have 365 chewables for children that has immune booster, vitamins, minerals, and essential fatty acids. And it tastes like $1 million.
And to actually hone in on specific needs of the body, we created Zango Precise. It's a brand and a product line to address the immune system, to address the cardiovascular system, to address the skeletal system. Whatever system of the body needs focus, Zango Precise is there.
When we were able to couple it with these other incredible ingredients, we created this formulation, Elevine, that addresses so perfectly the tired, stressed, and depressed story. It's something that I absolutely love and I use on a daily basis.
Junie is one of the most wonderful personal care product lines that you'll see out there. Hair care and body care, incorporating the finest ingredients coupled with the mangosteen.
The smells of Southeast Asia are incorporated in the line. You open up Junie, you smell lemongrass. And you also, from a packaging perspective, feel proud you can put it on a countertop anywhere. It's a perfect complement to any shower or spa.
And coupled with the non-toxic and that green story, it's a winner, complete winner.
What we see over the next decade, we will incorporate mangosteen and xanthone in the finest formulations, developing new products and new categories to bring opportunity to distributors throughout the world.
Greatness comes from small and simple things.
We get up and pinch ourselves. This is a dream. It's a dream not only for the founders of the company who started this company, but for the people who make up this great company. When it comes down to people saying, do you really think that you can change people's lives? Do you really think you have that ability? The answer is absolutely. I can tell you I travel all over the world, many, many countries. And in every city in which I go, distributors, customers are saying really the same things. The product is changing lives. The products are changing lives.
It's hard to describe what a person, that emotion, when a person comes to you and says, thank you for that product. It is powerful. It is absolutely powerful. And then you couple that with the business opportunity as well. And you think of the lives that have changed around the world from a business perspective.
I don't care what language you speak. I don't care what country you've been in. I don't care where you've traveled. That common bond, that Zango nation that unites the heart is what makes Zango one of the most unique opportunities in the world.
Zango is an opportunity that you do not want to miss.
A very big part of our consumer and distributor base are just simply coming to get products delivered to their home, and we offer products, quality products that you can't buy on a store shelf.
If a person's looking for a lifestyle change in the sense of being able to earn a little extra money, everything from groceries to a car you want to drive, is it possibly to buy that house of their dreams, pay for a mortgage?
And then there are some people that come in and they say, I want to retire from my job, or I can do this full time. And Zango has no ceiling as to what you can make, as to the type of business you can build.
And yet the majority of our networker, the majority of the Zango distributors who make up the upper echelons of this company have never done networking before.
We've made a model that appeals to an awful lot of different demographics, and we're proud of that.
We had a distributor who came in who'd been in the industry for over 30 years. He came into Zango and he said, finally, a company whose dreams aren't going to limit my dreams. From the beginning, Joe Morton has said it's safe to dream again.
Everyone is so connected, and so your dreams coming into this business today are connected to another person's, who's connected to another's, who's connected to another, and so on and so on and so on.
Because our dreams, and we dream very big collectively, aren't going to limit the dreams of individual entrepreneurs that come in and be a part of this business.
I love it because each dream is connected to another person's dream.